crafters, Lisa here from Fun Stuff Crafts. So glad you could join me for another Inspiration Friday. And I'm back on the sewing path, and this Inspiration Friday is inspired by Jerry. And Jerry is one of the owners of Ish, which is our little shop in my local town that all of us crafters have been getting together and putting things up for sale. It is just the cutest shop, and I just love it. And here in the state of Washington, it's mandatory wear a mask. All businesses. You can't go into a business unless you have a mask on. And so Jerry has to wear a mask all the time, and she's like, Lisa, I'm looking for something that's more breathable. I've tried the mask, I've tried the gaiters, and I just need something that's a little bit more non-constricting, I guess is what you might want to say. So I have been doing lots of, searching for or see what might be a good option. And I found these cute scarf masks. So it's definitely just a scarf, and I'll untie it here so I can show it to you guys. It is just a cute little scarf, and it's got the ear loops in it. And so you can either wear it just hanging down, and so it's definitely breathable, or if you want to tie it and have it as a cute little scarf, you can also do that. And then if you're not wearing it, you can just fold it back down, and there you go. You've got a really cute scarf. So I'm really excited about this project to show it to you. As I was doing my research on this project, what I was finding is there's lots of YouTube videos out there on it, but most of them are showing you guys how to draw the pattern. What I decided to do is do a pattern for you guys, and so the link is down below in the description. I've got two ways that you can get it. One, it's a PDF, and the other, for all of my Cricut users out there, I put together a design that you can upload to Design Space and actually cut the pattern out using your Cricut. So either way you want to do it, I just want to make sure that you guys have the opportunity to make these cute scarf masks. And we will get started in just 1 minute. But once again, I do this every week. I just thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. I have lots of fun doing this, and I get inspired by all of your guys' comments. So please keep leaving those. Please give me other ideas. I love your guys' ideas. Make sure you click on the subscribe button down below, and click on that bell, and YouTube will alert you each time I upload a new video. Remember, we try to do those every Friday because that's why we call it Inspiration Friday. So thanks so much for joining me. Hold on tight. I'll join you at my sewing table, and we're going to get started making these cute scarf masks. Okay, so let's get started on our scarf mask project today. So this one was lots of fun to put together, and I watched quite a few different videos. Different people were doing different type of scarf things, and the one thing I saw that was really common is everybody was just showing you how to draw it out and figure it. And so I thought what I would do is I would put together a pattern for you guys. So I'm going to put a link down below, and I'll show you how you can get the pattern. But first, let me go over a couple other things what you're going to need. You're going to need your rotary blade or scissors, either way, however you like to cut out. I would suggest you have some type of ruler so we can measure correctly. Now I want to show you guys these. These popped up on my Facebook feed, and these are elastic. They're super soft, and they're adjustable. So I have not put any on regular masks yet, but I have put them on these scarves, and they are so nice. So I will make sure I put a link to them below. Just really comfortable behind the ears. So make sure we got some of those. I picked out two types of fabric, and you see I've already got my fabric cut out, but two fabrics because this scarf is going to be reversible. So it's really fun to have two different colors. So, but what I want to show you is two different ways you guys can get the pattern from me. One is for all of you Cricut users, I am going to give you a SVG file directly that will take you directly to Design Space, and you can cut out your pieces. Now this one, I would suggest you don't cut the fabric with your Cricut, but you cut the pattern out. So this one I cut out is out of cardstock. Just makes it really nice with my rotary blade when I'm trying to cut out a lot. In the case of Design Space, it's going to come in 3 parts. You can see part A is a piece, part B, and part C. Now, yes, Lisa made the font very big. I did not realize it was going to be that big, but I don't think you'll miss the point that this section goes on the fold, okay? So all you need to do is, after Design Space has cut it out for you, or your Cricut has cut it out for you, you just tape it together and you've got your pattern ready to go. But don't worry, for those of you that are not Cricut users, I also went ahead and traced it onto regular paper for you. Now, to be able to make it come out and not have to mess with the size of your print, I just went ahead and made this 4-part, okay? So there's a part A, part B, part C, and part D, okay? So all you need to do is download the PDF, print it out. So you're gonna have 3 sheets of paper, you're gonna have it printed out. So then all you need to do is cut out your parts. So you've got part B, you've got part A, and you've got part C, and then we've got part D, okay? So basically we've got the exact same pattern here, okay? So this is the PDF file, and then this is the file that you can use with your Cricut and Design Space. So you can use either one, it doesn't matter. And so since I've already got this other one all taped together, I'm going to move right over to it. So what I did is, and I've already cut these, you guys, but what I like to do is do one at a time. And my fabric was folded in half. Now I'll have all the measurements down below of how much fabric you need. But when you fold your fabric in half, right, and you're going to place it right on the fold. Okay, so this would be the fold of my fabric. I would put my pattern piece on top, and I'm going to cut all the way around. Okay, now I have noted here you want to cut 2, definitely, because you want 2 sides to your mask. And then these little notations up here are to give you an idea how far you want to spread apart your elastic. Now, if you don't go ahead and purchase these type of elastic for the ears, you can just do your regular 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch elastic, whichever you would like to do. I normally measure my regular elastic at 7 inches. So it's up to you what size you want to do there, okay? So now that I've got 2 pieces cut, this pattern goes together super fast, you guys, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I like to put my elastic in first, just that way I've got it. Now I'm just going to use my grid on my Cricut mat here to know, but basically you want to spread them 2 inches apart, okay? So I'm just going to put them right here. I just like to do this, that way I can see exactly where they're going. And then just make sure that your elastic is not up here at all, because you wouldn't want to get that stuck in your seam at all, okay? And then you're gonna put, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna lay our top layer, now making sure that you've got right sides together, okay? And just clip it. And so I always like to start with the elastic, so I make sure I've got it all in the right spot. And then you just wanna clip around the edges, okay? Just so when you take it over to the sewing machine, you're not coming, you know, separated apart. The other thing we're going to do is, because this is right sides together right now, we are going to leave an opening. Now I like to leave my opening on the side. We are going to top stitch this. So I am just going to put 2 clips right by each other. Just my note to make sure that I don't stitch here. You don't need to leave a lot of room, but I would leave, what is that? That is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. Leave that open. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this over to the sewing machine. I'm going to start here with a straight stitch. 1/4 inch seam is perfectly fine. And I'm going to start back stitch. Then I'm going to go all the way around. Now this is completely around. And I like to do a couple stitches back and forth over the top of the elastic just to make sure you secure it. Come across here, all the way around down to here, and then I'm going to back stitch. Now, I want to tell you about a couple options you might want to do here. This is a perfect mask if you want to add in a filter pocket. This would be a great place that you could put in a pocket if you wanted. You would actually do it on this side here, and then when we flip it, you would see it. You can do a pocket, or I have not done any masks with the wire for the nose, but you definitely could do that here, okay? And so what we would do is we would sew it, and then we would put the wire in, and we would put a second seam there. So you definitely could do something like that. Like I said, I have not done the wire yet on any of my masks, but I know you definitely could do that for this one. So I'm going to pop over to my sewing machine. I'm going to get a sew all the way around, and I will join you right back. Okay, so I'm back from the sewing machine, and I have done my stitch all the way around, okay? And you can see I've started and stopped right here. So what I want to do first is to make my corners be really nice is I am going to clip them. Now make sure you do not clip into your stitch, okay? So we're going to clip each one of our corners, okay? And go ahead and just clip around there, okay? So I've got my corners all taken care of. Now what I want to do is this curve. To allow this curve to lay nice, I'm just going to clip. Again, make sure you don't cut into the stitch line at all, okay? So I'm just clipping like this, okay? So it's really just got those little things right there, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is we are going to turn this right sides out. Now, you guys can use whatever you want to poke your holes out, or not your corners out. I like to use this little tool that I have, but you know, you can use a pen, you can use the end of a varnishing tool, whatever you would like. But what we want to do is we want to get those corners out really nice, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to give this a really good press. And you could be done other than your side seam, but I like to add a top stitch. It just gives it a nice finish. I'm going to go ahead and go with white. I could go with yellow because I've got that contrasting color on the back, but I think I'll probably wear this scarf facing out this way the most because I absolutely love this print. So there is our scarf right now. You can see I've got my opening, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my handy dandy little pressing mat out. Got right next to me. Talked about this mat before. I picked this up and it is just made pressing so nice. It's just a felt mat, and it just really gives a good press, okay? Don't want to go over my elastic, okay? I'm just coming over here, and I want to give it that good press, you guys, so that way my top stitching will lay really nice, okay? And see how since I clipped those corners, how nice that edge is pressing out. And I can see here that just isn't, so I'm going to go ahead and help that one out just a little bit so I can make sure. And I could have pressed open my seams on the reverse side first. That would have helped this, you know, so I didn't have that little piece that was being ornery. My dad used to always use that word ornery all the time. Not for me, of course. For my brothers. And then what we want to do is just take your ends here. You're going to fold them in very carefully, because how we're going to finish those off is as we do this top stitch, okay? So I like to just bring them and then press them. So I just kind of pull it tight. And I got a nice press on it. Okay, so all I'm going to do is give a top stitch now all the way around. And guess what, you guys? We have completed our scarf mask. Isn't that material just absolutely beautiful? Okay, I'm going to go over to my machine. I'm going to put that top stitch on, and then I'm going to show you our finished product. And there we have it, our finished scarf mask. So what do you guys think? Got a reversible mask. Oops, looks like I got some threads there, but just beautiful colors.
Thanks so much for joining me for another Inspiration Friday. I hope you liked this project, making this scarf mask and the step-by-step video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell, and YouTube will alert you each time I upload a new video. If you have any questions, please add a comment below. I love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to check out my blog at Fun Stuff Crafts for other DIY projects.